The last message she ever sent read, "I'm fine, don't worry about me." Her mother read it at 11:47 p.m. and went to sleep. By morning, her daughter's phone hadn't moved in 9 hours. Same cell tower, same coordinates. A parking lot 4 miles from home. The phone was still on. She was not. But to understand how we got here, we need to go back to the Thursday before, because the thing that made this case so difficult wasn't the crime itself. It was how normal everything looked right up until it wasn't. Her name was Mara. 26 years old. She worked the early shift at a physical therapy clinic, the kind of job where you spend your whole day helping other people recover, and you take the long way home because you need a few minutes of quiet before the next thing. Her co-workers described her as steady, private but not withdrawn, the kind of person who remembered your coffee order and never mentioned her own problems. She lived alone in a second-floor apartment. She had a cat named Fig. She was saving up to take a solo trip to Portugal the following spring. She had a notes app folder just for that trip. Restaurants, train routes, a list of words she was learning in Portuguese. She was not someone who disappeared. That Friday, she left work at 5:20. Her manager watched her go. She waved. Normal. A co-worker texted her around 7 asking if she wanted to grab food. Mara said she was tired, maybe next time. At 9 p.m., she posted a photo to her private Instagram. Her windowsill. The cat. A cup of tea. 12 people liked it. At 11:47 p.m., she sent her mother the text. And then nothing. Her mother called the next morning. No answer. She called again. Sent a message. Nothing. She told herself Mara was sleeping in, or in the shower, or just having one of those days where she needed space. By 2 p.m., she was in her car. The apartment door was unlocked. Inside, the lights were off. Fig was on the couch. The tea mug from the Instagram photo was still on the windowsill. Half empty, cold. Mara's keys were on the counter. Her wallet, her jacket, the one she wore every day in October. Her phone was gone. Her car was gone. And nothing else. No signs of struggle. No forced entry. No note. Her laptop was open on the kitchen table with a half-written email that she never sent. A response to a friend. Nothing unusual. The last browser search in her history was a recipe for roasted tomato soup. Investigators spent the first 24 hours treating it as a voluntary disappearance. She was an adult. She left on her own. The door wasn't forced. Maybe she needed to get away. But there was one thing that didn't fit that theory. The jacket. It was 48 degrees that night. Mara had worn that jacket every day for the past 3 weeks. Her mother had given it to her. And it was sitting on the counter next to her keys, folded like she'd just taken it off. She hadn't packed a bag, but she also hadn't dressed for wherever she was going. Cell records placed her phone at a parking lot outside a strip mall 4 miles away. A pharmacy, a nail salon, a closed sandwich shop. Nobody worked those businesses overnight. There were no cameras facing the parking lot itself. Just one camera on the pharmacy's entrance, angled inward, capturing nothing useful. Her car was there. Engine cold. Driver's side door unlocked. The phone was on the ground, near the rear tire. Screen still lit. The last call made from that phone was at 11:43 p.m., 4 minutes before the text to her mother. It lasted 18 seconds. The number was registered to a prepaid SIM. Never used before that night, never used again. Someone had called her, or she had called someone. 18 seconds. Then a text that said she was fine. Then the phone on the ground. Investigators pulled the text metadata. And that's when they found something that changed the entire direction of the case. The text to her mother, "I'm fine, don't worry about me," had been sent from her phone. Her number, her device. But the typing pattern didn't match her. Digital forensics analysts use a method called keystroke dynamics, the rhythm of how a person types, the delay between letters, how long they hold each key. It isn't used in every case, but when a phone logs enough data, a pattern emerges. And Mara's pattern, built from hundreds of messages, was distinct. The typing on that final text was slower, more deliberate. The pauses between words were longer than anything in her history. Someone else had typed it. The 18-second call was the key. Mara had answered. Something in that call made her drive to that parking lot, or someone brought her there. The phone was placed on the ground, not dropped. Set down, screen up, still on, like a marker. The prepaid number traced back to a convenience store purchase 3 towns over, paid in cash 6 days earlier. Security footage from the store was low resolution. A figure in a dark jacket, hat low. Unidentifiable, but in the background of that footage, barely visible, parked at the edge of the lot, was a vehicle. Partial plate. 1 state over. It took investigators 4 months to find him. Mara was found 11 days after she disappeared, in a wooded area off a county road 40 minutes from the city. She had not been hurt before that night. There was no prior connection between her and the man they arrested. No shared history, no digital contact, nothing that explained why her. Sometimes there is no why that makes sense. Sometimes the most frightening cases are the ones where the victim did nothing wrong, knew nothing, and was simply chosen. The detail that stayed with investigators longest wasn't the staged text, or the prepaid phone, or even the parking lot. It was the jacket. She had gone back for something, or been told to leave something behind, and she had folded it, neatly, the way you fold something you expect to pick up again. She thought she was coming home. If you've made it this far, drop a comment with the word jacket. No explanation needed. I'll know you understood. New case every week. Don't miss it.